The true innovation of director Lokesh Kanagaraj, I would not say in the dark theme film, which he probably was inspired by the Batman Dark Knight trilogy. Neither is it the biryani scenes in the films, nor is it rehashing 80s Tamil songs into modern fight scenes. That he has done that to death also. Not LCU, which he get some idea to do it, but it is a very old concept in Tamil films. Even in Baba, for those who had watched it then, there was a scene in which Rajini would come as Padayappa in one of the scenes. I do not know in the newer theatrical run whether they edited that out. So this concept of crossover or from other cinematic universes have existed years ago. So then what is Lokesh Kanagaraj? Just through innovation, maybe blending all those things into a fast-paced movie, fast-paced script that keeps moving. Actually, Lokesh being someone who worked in a bank before and someone who struggled as a filmmaker, beginner filmmaker in the, I believe he said, 4,000 rupees is the budget for his first indie movie or something. So he realized probably early on that he has to be a good businessman to survive in Kollywood. And being from a banking background, I believe his true innovation is this concept of front loading that he created. I think this term might become popular in the future. Now, Tamil films back in the days, the older days, 60s, 70s, 80s, all were backloaded. Backloaded meaning that the film will come out, some might just start doing well for the first day, like say MGR films or what. But there's a good number of films who would start off very slow, right? Initially, nobody is coming to see the film and all, but gradually, word of mouth spreads, some newspaper articles comes out, and slowly it warms up and picks pace. So it's backloaded, meaning that the front part is relatively empty, slow collections, but the back part towards the end, after 2 months, 3 months, the number of audience who watch the film just goes up exponentially. Until we got certain so-called legendary films that have been even run for 1 year, like Chandramukhi in 2004 and some of the other films. So that's a traditional backloading thing. Front loading, let me take a business example, which as I said is like more of a business acumen thing. Is where, let's say you go to buy some sweets, okay, some candies or something, and the seller gives you a small sample free of charge just for you to taste it, just to get you the buy-in, right, or just to show you that it's good stuff. So once you taste it, it's like, wow, this is delicious. Give me 1 kilo of that, right? Then he might offer you a second one. He said, no obligation to buy, so just taste it and see, just for you. And you taste it and you're like, that is kind of nice also. How much is it? Oh, for you special, sir. Now we got, currently we're in discount season. I can give you a very good price, sir. Right? So this way, suddenly you come back with 3-4 bags of candies instead of the one small box maybe that you plan to buy. So these are all business acumen, business strategies. You can be the lover of art who's going to, go through years of toil and suffering to bring your masterful film. But if nobody watches it, if no money is made, then there's not that many artists out there who are willing to do that kind of sacrifices, right? So what Lokesh came up with, and to a certain extent Director Nelson as well, is to create all these, like the free candy the candy man is giving you, throw some bits to the audience that gets them excited. Okay, so that is why we see when he did Vikram Kamal, he created that a few minutes blurb, a few minutes of teaser video just as they are starting to shoot, right? Kamal prepare a certain dinner for the guest and all, although it seems almost no proper relationship with the movie itself, but this was to create some interest with some interesting music. And in Leo also, the chocolate factory and those kind of things, sword and everything. And of course in Coolie we saw black and white setup with the gold being the only highlight and all, and we thought at that time, a lot of people discussed that it's going to be like one of those Hollywood movies like Sin City, where the movie was taken black and white with only coloring certain parts of it. So when people saw the gold alone being colored and all, people get excited, they're going to start imagining things. But in the very recent interview that Loki gave after Coolie release, he mentioned that he's not responsible for it. He tried to dissuade people from it. It's the audience fault. That means the audience are the one hyping it up and getting disappointed. While I agree to a certain extent on LCU, because he did tell a few times that LCU is not going to be LCU because Rajini said no, right? However, there are some other teammates who probably with good intention try to still give audience some confusion and some hope in apostrophe. And also people from other film industry who do not know about the cutthroat nature of Hollywood, people like Nagarjuna uttering the word 100 times, Basha and so on. That local artists almost never say such words because they know that the audience are going to latch on to it and really give it to them if the film is not so great. So anyway, he did the mistake, and then lo and behold, people latched onto the word and say that, oh, I was cheated, it's not like 100 Basha and all those kind of things. But Loki do have to carry some responsibility for what happened also. So when you give this kind of free carries out, and you do it in a way that makes people assume the wrong things, like the watches are featured so prominent in all the posters. If the watches are going to take only a small scene, why do I think it's like some kind of subconsciously encouraging, right? That thing. In the trailer also we see some kind of chair, some electric thing going on, and also unless the editor and the director sat down and wanted to give you more so-called false hope or make you go on a tangent or to fool you as it were, there's no need for them to give off that vibe. And then in the movie it seems like an afterthought. They put a small scene with a watch here and there, maybe 2 or 3 short scenes at the max. So definitely, even I was thinking like watch as a smuggling device and all. There's so many interesting things that happen and all that. And some people went on a tangent about time travel. Actually, honestly, both those things were really cool. Sincerely, unfortunately, Lokesh just wanted to do a regular gangster revenge drama, and even that with a very very unstrong or lack of strength motivations on the character's part, right? Even very basic filmmakers know that they need to build up. Annamalai, the friendship is told so well until the betrayal happens, right? In Basha, the friendship with Anwar, all it's told through various montages and all quite well. But in this Coolie, although they do show a bit of him, Rajini and Satyaraj sitting in a car, that's like you don't really see what's causing such a close bond between them. So motivation, character arc, writing, all is still very lacking in the film Coolie. However, by front loading, by creating this kind of small montage scenes to excite the audience, using Anirudh's music, and then by putting in all the stars, making the audience salivate, oh my god, American is there, oh my god, Nagarjuna is there, Monica, this one dance is there and all that. But you see, he just threw in the dance like, just take this dance and go. It's not even any attempt to meld into the story. And Nagarjuna is okay role wise, but Upendra, okay, again a cameo, but American is really seems like wasted. He's just trying to photocopy what he did. Vikram, Rolex coming in, just same thing there. Also took off some Nelson stuff that he did with the hero smoking together and all that. But beyond everything else, some of the discussions in the internet are starting to throw around the words like scam, scammer, and so on. So probably Rocky want to have a hard look at what's going on so that he gets out of this. And even Shankar and all downfall, Mani Ratnam after 20-30 years. So we want Loki to be going on. I hope he takes all the feedback that people are giving to him. Don't front load movie too much. Don't create a lot of false expectation as best as you can. I agree the LCL was not you, but the watches and some of the other things, putting in all these stars and all these things, like you say, you'll feel Americans present throughout the film and all, does mislead people. So Loki need to be more careful to underplay things so that people can really enjoy when the actual movie comes out. Also, in his more recent interviews, especially we see the one he gave after Kohli release in the college there on the stage, it seems like he's playing to the gallery already. He's trying to use words, he's trying to slow down so that he wants people to clap, something like that. So, Loki, take your lessons. We hope you come back better in the Rajini Kamal film.